the date to end theory. If I told you that we know when the next zone will be touched, the date when the next zone will be touched. Like here is a zone, right? A zone of entry, like a zone where need to enter, place your stop loss and have a take profit somewhere above there. And we know the date when it will be touched. Like for example, the fifth Wednesday, 5th of the month of August of September, right? Of September, we know that. Let us say that you know that the zone will be touched the 5th of September. So it means that if you sold above here, and then you can just wait and then wait the 5th September to collect your money on inside the zone, right? So it's the same thing. Like if Ishimoku told you which day the zone will be hit, what would that change for you? What would that change for you, for example? It will make you plan some risk management at that level. It will make you plan some taking profit. It will make you plan in advance that, okay, I have a client on the 5th of September and I need to prepare capital to start making a deal with him, right? So you'll be prepared to make a profit at this level very soon. So that's how what it will change for you. So you will prepare your capital in advance to take that position and earn from it. So at which date Tenkan or Kijun setup will be touched again by the price? That is the question that this theory answer. And then you will be able to predict the H4 daily weekly date when you can earn. So we have like three major zones: Tenkan, Kijun, and SSB. So those are the three major zones, not SSA because SSA is quite like Kijun, but we have the three major zones. So if you want to predict when Tenkan zone will be touched again, you need to have a separation of 9 bars. Like if Tenkan is going to the downside like this, right? And then the price move down, then touch Tenkan, move down again, then touch Tenkan, then move down again, then touch Tenkan, like this. If you want to know exactly which date, right, Tenkan has been touched, will be touched for the second time or the third time, you just need to know that Tenkan, right, is touched every 9 candle, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 candle will touch Tenkan. So 9 candle can be 9 days, right? 9 days if you are in a daily time frame. So from the second touch of Tenkan here, you can predict actually when the third touch of Tenkan will appear. It is 9 days after. So you actually know when the zone will be touched again. So if you enter here for a sell, you can know that next week, 9 days later, you will enter again for another sell. That's how it works. For example, let us look at, and in TradingView, we will draw with the date, the date tool, but using 8 bars, because when we use 8 bar, since the drawing tool is counting from the middle of the bar, it will count when you put 8 bars like this from this to here, right? 8 bars, right? It will it is 9 bar, by the way. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's 9 bar because it is taking the middle of the bar. So Tenkan has been touched here one time, then second time, and then this another time right below there, that Tenkan is touched. So if we take the bar and count till 8 bars again, you will see that you have a margin error of 2 bars. So we literally know that the Tenkan will be touched 9 days later, right? And what I realized is also that if Tenkan is bended to the downside this way, and the price is moving to the downside like this, right? What happens is that if Tenkan is to touch 1, 2, 3, and 4 times, between the 1 and the 2, right? The lowest point that the price can reach is the middle of this date tool, like the 50% of the between the two touches of Tenkan. Like since Tenkan is touched every 9 days, right? So the fourth days or the fifth days, you will see the lowest point, the longest movement of that separate the two touches, right? So on the middle of this tool element, this middle, right? That's what you see here. You see that the lowest one is this middle. That's what also I realized. So that's how you use Tenkan. You can actually check and verify like somewhere here, like for example, this. You see that from the last touch of Tenkan till here, the price moved to the upside, closer to the middle, it reached its highest point, then went back down and touched here. So you can actually predict that the price will you place like 8 bars this way. You can place 8 bars like this, and then you will see that the price will have the ability to fall down this way and then go back up to touch a Tenkan that will be bended to the downside like this. Okay, right. That's exactly what I mean. Like with a margin error of 1 or 2 candles in front. Okay, that's how you can actually check it out. You can actually predict the next day. And this next day, for example, for this one will be the 90th of June. If you see very well the date here below, the 90th of June, right? Friday. That's when Tenkan can be touched again. But we also have another possibility here that Tenkan will be bended to the downside like this, and then the price will fall down somewhere here and then go down before going back up. And then from the day that the price touched Tenkan here, and then we count like 8 bars in front, we will have the date. The next date would not be the 90th of June, but the 24th June. Okay, because you can also count the last Tenkan touch from this point, or if Tenkan go down and not taking this one. So that's a little bit what I wanted to emphasize. It's like for example, normally I take this green candle, right, and then I count 8 bars in front. So that's the candle where I land on. But if I take from this candle and then 8 bars in front, I land inside at this green candle instead, and then I have a margin error of 4 candle. 4 candle is actually big enough. It's not. It's too much. The margin error must be like 1 or 2 candle. So that's a little bit for Tenkan. Now let us talk about Kijun. For Kijun is to have a separation of 26 days, like between the last time Kijun is touched. Last time Kijun is touched for this price is from this point, from this Kijun to the downside here. Like you have 25 bars like this. Okay. Okay. So normally Kijun must be touched very soon also because we have 25 bars here. We already have 25 bars, but Kijun is not yet touched on daily here. But from the last time that Kijun has been touched previously, we had how many bars? Yeah, the number of bars that we had. Normally, Kijun should have been touched here. So you see that there is a huge margin error. So what I forgot to mention is that this theory is not from me. This theory is from Goshi Ozoda. I'm not the one who created this theory. I'm just giving you back what Goshi Ozoda realized about zones. So I try to also give him credit for I give him credit for what he created. Um, as and what he discovered about Ishimoku, as I'm giving myself also the credit. So I'm explaining you now his idea, his point of view about this. So but now when you see Kijun acting, sometimes Kijun is not like a perfect science that exact match, right? So normally Kijun must have been touched the second May, the second of May. So after 26 days, but it's not the case. It has been touched later on. And sometimes Kijun is touched too early, right? Like for example, this one is 1 day. Is a separation of 1 day before Kijun is touched again. 1 or 3 days, or 5 days, or 1 or 3 days, 5 days, 4 days, or less than 10 days separation between the day Kijun is touched and the day Kijun is not touched. And what I realized is that the best way to count to use Kijun is that, right, since Kijun can be touched almost at the same line, like you can literally draw an horizontal line where Kijun is touched. What you need to wait is that before counting Kijun, Kijun is that right. Since Kijun is touched here, right, wait the price to be break the, the price that touched Kijun to create a V breaker below and wait Kijun to go out of the cloud here. Then you can start counting Kijun from this point and 25 bar in front, right? If not, if you don't do it, when Kijun is still inside the candles, inside the cloud like this, it is normal for the price to go back to Kijun because Kijun is inside the cloud. So the price cannot move down too fast. Kijun is still inside the cloud. Because when Kijun is inside the cloud, the price want to go towards Kijun. There is a magnet. So the best technique, that's what I'm explaining inside this point, inside those specific cage cases. So the best technique is to wait Kijun be out. Like when I will say wait Kijun be out, I mean when you see a V breaker like this one to the downside, the candle is here, and then the Kijun is out. So start taking now into account this Kijun on the left, this Kijun that touch the price here like this, right? It's the same thing that you can do literally, you can literally do even here, right? First of all, Kijun is inside the cloud here, so it's a little bit complicated. Wait the price to break like this at the V breaker here, and then Kijun be out of the cloud, then go back down and start looking at Kijun from this level, the last Kijun that has been touched, to start counting it. Because since Kijun is still inside the cloud, there is a chance that the price go and touch Kijun. And if it go and touch Kijun and you have been predicting that the next zone will be around the 18th July, it will not happen. You will need to postpone the zone for these later, right? Later. So that's a little bit it. So what The last one is the SSB. SSB is now looking at 52 candles, meaning 52 bars. Like from the day 50 SSB has been touched at this level. SSB till 51 bars in front like this. That's the key. But you see even that if you want to check when SSB has been touched here, and this is 51 bar in front, the price doesn't touch SSB either. So this one is not a perfect science, right? It's not a perfect science. It's like an idea. I really like this idea because it just actually gives you a little bit an opinion on when you can actually meet again the zone after the condition of touch is after the touch has been the pass has touched the zone of SSB. It can be 2 months later. You can have an idea like SSB will not be touched in less than 2 months from the place where it is touched now. But this theory, right, cannot be used solely without using other theories because it's not a one standing, it's not the strongest theory that I've ever seen compared to the other theories that I gave you. So it just gives you an idea from the last touch of SSB. Like you will need to wait 2 months before SSB is touched again like this. If SSB has been touched this 27 October, wait again like till even 3 months in January. So for example, for what we have now, SSB is touched here. We can wait again around the 21 July, and SSB was touched at the 31 May of May, right? 31st of May, right? And the 21 July. That's when SSB will be touched again to have a zone that has a high move. So that's a little bit the idea around day to end. Because when a zone is touched, what is the best is what is more often more practical is the Tenkan zone. Tenkan zone is quicker because just 9 candles than Kijun and SSB, and it is more precise than Kijun and SSB. In many cases, more precise. So that's a little bit that's a little bit what I want to emphasize on. So with that said, let us look at the duration and length of the trend theory. The duration and the length of the trend theory.